Pengu, the meme coin made by Pudgy Penguins, is going to be a top 10 cryptocurrency in my personal opinion one day. And it will surpass and flip Doge as the largest meme coin by market cap in all of crypto. And I think this for 4 reasons that I'm going to break down in a moment. But those 4 reasons are their business makes a lot of money, their IP, the intellectual property of the Penguin, is the fastest growing IP in the world. There is a growing amount of institutional interest in getting exposure to this IP. And in the future, we are expecting tokenomic changes and utility to actually be added to the Pengu token itself. So without further ado, let's break down all of those reasons. Now, first, let's talk about the business. Igloo, which is the parent company of Pudgy Penguins, is forecasted to be making $50 million this year through toy sales. In fact, they are available, their Pudgy Penguin toys are available in over 10,000 retailers worldwide. But they also make money from licensing rights and also from merchandise and other brand collaborations. But why would Walmart, Target, Amazon, other brands, and other organizations use their IP for licensing rights in the first place? Well, it's because their intellectual property, the IP of the Penguin itself, is the fastest growing IP in the world. Here's the Giphy board. You use this to send GIFs, right? Pudgy Penguin is the second most used individual IP in the world behind SpongeBob. They also have a massive following on all the socials, right? This is just one of their 3 Instagram pages. They have TikTok, they have Twitter, they have YouTube. They just created a kids show on YouTube that just reached 1 million views. They also have publishing partnerships with children's books too. All of that is to say is that there have been 222 billion views of this IP, of this Penguin, and they get 1 billion views a day. Oh, and I almost forgot, 2 weeks ago, they released a mobile video game that has over 500,000 downloads and is the #1 most downloaded game in the Apple iStore in the racing category. All of this is to say that their IP is pretty damn powerful, which is why retailers are tapping into it. It's also why institutional investors want a cut of this pie also. There is an ETF filing that was picked up by the CBOE, and that's a pretty big deal because the CBOE has only picked up an ETF to take to the SEC for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and I believe Doge as well. And on top of that, there's talk of companies adding Pengu to their treasuries as well, as reported by Luca, the CEO of Pudgy Penguins. Now, from a utility standpoint, not a whole lot of uses for the token right now, but it is going to be added to NFT marketplaces. It's going to be added in-game, in the Pudgy Party game. You can see the Pengu tokens you are earning, you just don't have access to them yet. You'll also be using it to pay for bridging fees as well as other fees within the Pudgy Party ecosystem. We're also expecting there to be some buyback and burn features of the token supply where the company will take a portion of the revenue, buy token supply and burn it. But Luca has mentioned that he has 0 plans of doing that anytime soon, because why spend $1 million to put $1 million of buy pressure on Pengu when I can spend $1 million on marketing and generate $10 million of buy pressure for Pengu? It doesn't make sense now, but it will in the future. And if their revenue keeps increasing at the rate that it has been, they'll have quite a bit of money to burn, quite a bit of supply at some point down the line.